Climb every mountain, do all the things that you want to do. Or do you say to yourself, I can't? Do you have a reason or an excuse? And I often hear this, Rowie, I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough, I'm not handsome enough, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I can't speak well enough, I don't sing well enough, I can't do that. I'd love to, but I can't. And here's all the reasons why. There's a couple of things to take note there. You only need one reason why you can't. If you tell yourself, I can't because, you only need one of those. So you don't need a big long list. The reverse of that is you only need one reason why you can. But in between there, which is that I'm too fat, too tall, too skinny, too old, too young, too inexperienced, I don't have enough money, all of those excuses. Are there people who have those what may be considered challenges or problems or excuses, and they've used them as a reason to become successful and achieve their goals rather than I can't because? So I'm in K-Man's office. He's got hundreds of world championship trophies in here. He could say now, I can't compete because I'm too old. But I want to give you a really classic example of that. When you're 20, 30, even 40, it's much easier to be healthy, to be fit, to be strong, to be competitive, to be fast, to be able to win. But after 50, 60, it becomes a little bit more complicated. So is it even more impressive if you're older? So however old you are, if you're old like me and you think to yourself, I can't do it because I'm old, doesn't that make it even more exciting and more impressive? And I always use this question. Do we get old because we stop playing our sport, or do we stop playing our sport and that's why we get old? Do we stop doing the things that we love to do and get old, or do we get old because we stop doing the things that we love? So I could use I'm too old as an excuse. That's just something that I refuse. I don't care how old I am. I'm excited about being able to run, punch, kick, jump, work really hard in the garden, climb mountains, go hiking, do all the things that I love to do until the day I die, because I don't want to use age as an excuse. I could say, well, Rowie, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing now. You're an exercise professional, but you're very old. And I hear that a lot. Rowie, I can't change my career. I'm too old. I can't be an exercise professional. People won't take me seriously. I'm too old. And that usually comes from people that are much younger than me. Interestingly, there are a lot of people who would love to have an exercise professional who's got life experience, who's mature, who they can have a intelligent conversation with, because the person that they're training with has got life experience too. So that's something to consider. A lot of people say to me, I'm too young. Well, you're talking to somebody who literally started my career as an exercise professional when I was 13. I went to my school principal and I said, you're paying somebody else to teach the school group exercise. I'll do it for less than what they're charging. Now, at the time, I was only 13. I could have said I'm too young to do that. I had already been selling product at the Victorian markets in Australia. I lived in Melbourne when I was a little girl. I had been earning money since I was 10. When I was 10, somebody could have said to me, you're too young to work, but I wanted to earn money, so I didn't use my age as an excuse. The other really interesting thing is our excuses, or the things that we use as reasons for not being able to do things. Could that be purely selfish? And this is my really big one. A lot of people share with me, I'd love to be a singer, I'd love to be a musician, but I don't sing well enough, or I don't play well enough, or I'm just not good enough. Well, there's two things there. Are there rock stars, musicians who are not very good at music, or rephrase, they're not the best in the world? So are there rock stars who can't sing that well? Are there people who are awesome performers, but their technical skills are not that good? And of course the answer is yes. But they didn't let that stop them. They wanted to be a musician. They wanted music to be their career, so they went and did it anyway. And I've been to many concerts where the musician, their singing voice hasn't been any kind of singing voice that would win a competition. But because they're so passionate, and because they've got such a beautiful story to tell, and because they love what they do, we get involved. Remember, passion means pass I on. If you've got a passion for something and you can pass that passion on to somebody else, isn't it exciting that will attract people to you? But my big thing with music is this. Think about the music that you love to listen to. I don't care whether it's heavy metal or classical or opera or country. It doesn't matter what genre of music you love. Imagine if the music or the musicians that you love said that I'm not good enough, I shouldn't be singing in public, I can't do this, and they just either don't sing, didn't start singing, or stop singing because they think they're not good enough. Imagine how sad that would be. Every time I listen to beautiful music, I'm so grateful to the musician that's playing that music. Imagine if they had said, I'm not good enough, people won't like me. Is that a little bit selfish? Whatever you're good at, and we've all got a genius, we're all good at something. If you have a gift and you can sing, play music, paint, dance, you're good at music, you're good at numbers, you're good at business, everybody's got a genius. If you don't use that genius, is it possible that people will miss out on you living the example that it can be done? I can say I don't have a university education. It's one of the things I've been a professional speaker all of my life. And one of my opening lines when I go and speak at big business conferences, and I've spoken at many around the world, because I've had successful, profitable businesses, I have the right to talk there. I could say, I'm not good enough because I'm a woman. Plenty of people told me I couldn't be successful in business because I was a woman. I don't have a tertiary education. Plenty of people told me that I couldn't be successful in business because I don't have a university education. And I often open up my professional talks with that exact question. What right do I have as a woman with blonde hair? Plenty of people told me that women with blonde hair can't be successful. A woman with blonde hair with no tertiary education. I left school at the end of year 9. How could I possibly know anything about business? But I never let that hold me back. I didn't use it as an excuse. So now we live in a world where social media is huge. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever platform you love to be involved with. It might be all of them. There's a lot of people who've got a great message, a great singing voice, a great talent. They could share with the world how to be an awesome parent, how to be financially free, how to educate children effectively, how to be healthy, fit and strong. But they don't get onto social media because they don't like the way they look on camera, or they don't like the way they sound. A lot of my students at the Max International Colleges share with me, oh, Rowie, I'd like to do videos, but I don't like the way I look on camera. Or I'd love to do an audio podcast, but I've got a terrible voice. Well, could that be selfish? Your voice is what it is. The way you look is the way you look. Are there ugly people who are successful on YouTube? Of course. Are there ugly, unattractive, even out of shape people that do very well on social media? Of course. Are there people, and I'll go even a step further, who have physical disabilities where they have something wrong with their face, they've had a stroke, or they've got a genetic challenge, and they're considered ugly, but they still sing or they still dance? Are there people who are very overweight who still sing and still dance? Yes. They don't let that hold them back. So here's my question. If you have a message, a gorgeous message to share with the world, if you could be a living, breathing example of dancing, singing, art, business, entertainment, something that will add value to people's lives, could it be selfish to say, I'm too ugly, I'm too fat, I'm not good enough? Is it possible that people don't care what you look like? Is it possible that people don't even care about you? They care about what you can do for them. They care about what value that you can add to their life. And I'm sure you've watched plenty of social media clips, videos, listen to podcasts, watch television, seen people on a screen who haven't been gorgeous, haven't been in great shape, haven't even been that articulate. I'll use business people as an example. There are lots of very successful business people who are not very good at professional speaking. They're not very good at speaking in public. They're shy, they're awkward, they're uncomfortable. But because they've got a successful business and because they want to share their passion and enthusiasm with other people, they just get over themselves. And maybe that's the question. Do you need to get over yourself? As I stand in K-Man's office with all these amazing medals, I'm really grateful, thankful and appreciative that he has never said, I'm too old to be competitive, I'm too old to fight. And for people that come to his martial arts school, that's one of the reasons why they're so proud of him, as I am. This is an old man who's competitive, wins gold medals, travels the world doing what he loves, even though he's technically considered old. So whatever your excuse is about why you can't do something, could you use it as a reason why you can? How about whatever it is that you're passionate about, whatever beautiful message you've got to share, whatever gift or talent you've been given, how about don't hide it, don't keep it to yourself, don't be selfish with it, share it. If you're good at something, share it with the world, because you might inspire other people to say, if he can do it, I can do it. If she can do it, perhaps I could do it too. If they can do it, maybe I can do it too. Isn't that a beautiful way to live your life? And what a great way to live your life to the max. Inspiring other people to do what they love. Woohoo! Super duper doo.